you're watching this video, this means that you want to learn how to build a computer. Now, I'm not just going to jump into it and start showing you all these crazy parts and stuff, because you, sadly, you need to face it, you're a beginner. Now, most videos on the web right now, they jump right into it. Oh, you take this and put it right here. Well, I'm going to start from the very beginning. So first you need to know what a computer is and what it does. Now, you're probably looking at me like, man, I know what a computer does. You play games and stuff on it. Well, yes, that is what it does. That is what it is used to do. But what it actually does is a computer sends lots of electrical signals. Now, here's an example. You get my phone here. Now, there's a flashlight app on this phone. And when I flip it up, it's going to turn on. And when I flip it up, what the computer in my phone is doing is sending an electrical signal to the camera to flash, just like this. That was 2 electrical signals. One tells it to go on, one tells it to go off. Now, computers, they use millions of these electrical signals a minute. And it would go a lot faster than this, but here's just an example. Now that we got that all over with, that's pretty much what a computer does. And that system of electrical signals is called binary. And it's just a bunch of ones and zeros. Now, what people have done is built systems and programs that use this binary and allow you to see what you're seeing right now on the screen. This is just a bunch of binary telling electrical signals on and off. That's making my mouth move. Now, let's see here. Now that you know what a computer does, we're going to go over the parts. Now, the first essential part is the power supply. This will power everything on your computer. Everything, the screen and the computer parts inside. Now, first thing you need to do is get a motherboard. What this motherboard is it connects all the tiny little pieces into one big piece. And that's what sends the electrical signals in binary. Now, when you get your motherboard, there are several different types. It ranges from gaming computers to home use computers to office computers. And I'm not going to go over all of them. But say for a gaming computer, an example would be a Z87 motherboard. And yeah, and it has a chipset, and a chipset is all the features on a motherboard connected with little wires. So a Z87 chipset would be a gaming chipset, which means you will have maybe 5 USB ports, and HDMI, which lets you connect it to the TV. USBs let you connect to your mouse, that little square thing. Let's see, here's one. You've probably seen one of these before. This is USB. Now, I don't have an HDMI to show you, sadly, and a lot of the parts on this video I'm not going to be able to show you simply because I do not have the money to buy all these parts. In later videos, once I earn enough money, I will buy the parts, and I will make a video showing you how to put them all together. But for this video, I'm just showing you what you're going to need. Next, you're going to need the Central Processing Unit, or CPU. What this does is it hooks onto the motherboard, and this is what does all the math in your computer. It comes up with the binary, sends the signals. And the CPU is very, very important. I cannot stress to you how important it is. You do not want to skimp out on this. If you're buying a gaming computer and you're buying the parts for it, you do not want to slip on this. You want to spend the money on your CPU and the graphics card, which we will get to later. Now that that's over, we have the optical drive. And you are all probably wondering now, what in the world is he talking about, optical drive? Your CD player. You put the CDs in the computer, and it plays them. That is your optical drive. Now there are several types. There are Blu-ray, just normal, which you can read the CDs and burn them, which means use the programs on them and copy information onto them. And Blu-ray, which is sort of slower when you're first loading, but a lot higher quality. Blu-ray does cost more. Regular, around $30 maybe for one. Now we get to the video card. This is also one thing you do not want to skimp out on at all. The video card is what projects everything on the screen you're looking at right now. Oh boy. Let's see here. The video card is used for games. It's used for browsing the web. It's used for everything on the screen, which I just said. Now, certain video cards are very good. Certain video cards are not very good. If you get a good processor, you want to get a good video card so that you can get the most out of it and not just some crappy video. Next, you have the RAM sticks, or the random access memory. This is for information that is stored temporarily, that programs can go fetch information really quick. Once you turn the program off, the RAM is, everything's deleted off the RAM, back to this hard drive. Hard drives are the next thing we're going to talk about. They store everything. Everything you could ever possibly have on your computer. All the information, all the programs, all the systems, just everything. Everything the system comes up with, everything you put into the computer and take out, it's all in the hard drive. Hard drives, they range from prices, and the prices are based on price per gigabyte. I think the lowest one you would want to get would probably be a 250 gigabyte hard drive. Now, there are two types of hard drives. A mechanical hard drive is the first one we're going to talk about. It is usually a big silver box, and it consists of parts inside that constantly move, and they store everything. The second one is a much newer type and is called an SSD. It is a solid hard drive, which means the inside nothing moves, and it's basically like a RAM stick, but information stays on there forever until you completely wipe it off. Now, if you're going to buy an SSD, make sure to buy a high gigabyte one, because prices, if you're buying a low gigabyte SSD, you're just wasting money. Mechanical hard drives, it doesn't really matter. They're all pretty fairly priced. Next is, actually I probably should have said this earlier, but the fans. Now, the fans cool your computer parts. Computer parts can get extremely hot. And I think the highest my computer has ever gotten is about 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, the fans bring air through the front to the back of the case, and it cools off the parts. Fans are another thing that you want to make sure you get really good on. You do not want your computer parts getting hot. It damages them very bad, and your computer lifespan could go from 5 years to maybe half a year if you do not have fans. Better computers, maybe 20 years to 3 years. Fans are extremely important. Now, when you buy your processor, there are, let's see here, a fan is going to come with it. And the fan that comes with it is a good fan. It works. And it's called a stock fan, which means it's made by the same company who made the processor, and it will work, but it's really not going to do very much if you want to overclock, which means you're using your computer a lot. What you want to do is buy an aftermarket fan. What these are very much better than the stock fans that are made by the people who manufacture the processors. Let's see here. RAM actually heatsink fan. Now, you're going to need the case. The case holds everything that you have bought. It holds the power supply, the motherboard, the RAM, the fan, the CPU, everything, even the video card. And yeah, the case it's important, but you want to make sure to get a case that fits all your parts, but it does not need to look super fancy. It does not impact your computer's performance at all. You just want to make sure, if you're getting a good chipset, you want to make sure that your case fits all the features of the chipset. So if it has 5 USB ports, you want to make sure the case fits 5 USB ports. Now, in a later video, I will be talking about how to put these all together, but this was just an intro on what you're going to need. Thank you for watching.